All right, so Justin, you've got to go over packing the shoulder. You probably refer to this
the most.
Yeah, the most out of all of us, and it's probably one of the best tips that you ever gave me as far as helping me out with my mechanics and most of the movement. So explain what you mean by that. Give us some demonstrations.
Well, it's just building up proper support in the shoulder girdle. I mean, it's really just like taking all the different movements that your shoulder produces, which is a lot, and it's making sure that I'm in an optimal position to where my arm can travel properly, but it's supported with tension. And so to do that, I mean, you need to get in proper upright posture where I'm starting with my shoulders retracted and then depressed. And so really all that means packing the shoulder is retracted, depressed, and now I'm tensing it.
So this is packing right here, this position.
This position I'm packed.
People don't realize.
So show the opposite so Doug can shoot that. Show what's not packed.
So
yeah, forward and
forward.
relax.
That's extreme.
That's extreme. Yeah. So this is protracted completely. Anything that's outside of that.
So show retracted to show the packed again.
So packed. I'm here and I'm down and I'm supported.
And by the way,
pressing it into
by the
my
way,
body.
you could test this at home. If you're just standing normal, shrug your shoulders and roll them forward, and then see how far up you can lift your arm with your shoulder in that position.
Now
this
try
is as
doing
far
arm
as I can do it.
circles.
Now watch what happens when I'm not going to do anything. All I'm going to do now is drop my shoulder and pack it, and now I've got all that range of motion.
Yep.
So you've just got much more range of motion with a packed shoulder than you would with another shoulder.
Why that is, and that people hear that, like this is how I explain like the clicking sound that you hear. Like what happens is you have the shoulder girdle and the humerus goes inside that,
It's
and what
not
happens?
tracking properly.
Yeah, so if the shoulder girdle is rounded forward, like Justin is saying, where it's coming forward like this, the humerus is getting caught. It's getting caught on that scapula when you're trying to do front raises or lateral raises, and some will even hear that kind of clicking sound, and that's that humerus catching on that scapula. So making sure you're in that position.
This was a term that I picked up from kettlebell training, and this is another reason why I love kettlebell training, because it's exposed a lot of ways to optimize that movement in the shoulder. But you can apply that to bodybuilding, and you can apply that to like your regular type lifts.
You'll
like
build more
Adam was
muscle
talking
doing it.
about. Yeah. So if I just like do a side lateral, which I love calling them, now I go to do this without my shoulders all protracted. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them back and pack them nice and tight and get tension. Now I'm gonna maximize this lift. And I'm gonna keep great posture, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that recruitment pattern that is more desirable, that's gonna benefit me with my overall strength
and posture.
Versus when people do the shrug with it, or sometimes you see this, or the rotation, because they're just getting,
So now these compensations have to happen to produce that movement. So if you can't do that with good posture and packing the shoulder, it's not a good weight for you.
This is also why I always recommend when doing these side laterals to go a lighter weight, because it is a very small muscle that's responsible for a small movement, and it's pretty easy to fuck up. It's pretty easy for people to round forward, to cheat this exercise, and you're far better getting your posture aligned, getting your shoulder packed, doing a lighter weight than trying to muscle up a super heavy weight.
So same, if I go here in the sagittal plane, and I'm going for some front raise, and I'm doing some scaption even, I just want to make sure that even especially if I have an overhead weight, that I'm not reaching too much. I'm keeping my shoulders packed and supported, which then goes and distributes that load properly down my back. So you want to get that shoulder blade involved and keep everything nice and supported. So with the kettlebells, what's nice about them is they provide that spiral line, which you can actually do with a dumbbell, but it tends to be it feels more natural the way that the kettlebell is balanced and loaded on the back of the arm. So when I go to press, I pack first, and I'm staying packed. So if I'm not packed, you'll see the difference here. So I'm really reaching for it, and you hear me crack and pop.
That's crazy, what a difference, right?
I'm packed, I got that tension established, and I'm supported. So,
it's just a healthier way to press, bottom line. But besides that, if you don't pack the shoulder, you're gonna limit your range of motion, and you're going to create recruitment patterns that are going to cause problems in the future. And bottom line, you won't build as much muscle.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, you're gonna run into a wall, you may find an injury looming, just pack the shoulder and you're gonna be, well.
Pack your shoulder or pack your bags.